All right, guys, tonight on RCVTV, we're going to be taking a look at the 521 tab from Coil Master. All right, guys, here we have the Coil Master up close and personal. We're going to take a look at it, see everything they include in here. First off, we have our user manual. This explains all the various features we're about to go through and what all the various parts are as well. It does fold out here. I'm just going to leave it closed for the time being as we're going to talk about each individual thing. So here is the device, the main base of the unit. We saw it earlier in our velocity build. We're going to be using the same velocity today. If you want to take another look at that, make sure you check it out on the link below here. So the 521 tab is an ohm reader as well as a voltage checker. One of the great benefits of this device, however, is you can also fire on it. So if we grab our atomizer here, again, the velocity we mentioned, we screw it into the 510 connection here. And I'll pop the top cap off so you can see it as well. There we are. So we got some panic coils sitting on there right now. Let's find out what they're reading at. To do that, we have a switch on the side here, which has its burn mode, off, and meter. So we're going to flick it over to the 1, which is meter, and that bad boy is reading out at 0.18. So that's going to throw some nice clouds for sure. Now, if you were building normally, what you would have to do is take this guy off, put it on your mod, and fire it for your compression, getting the coil burning nice and evenly. But as I mentioned, all we have to do on this guy is flick that switch over to burn to the 2 setting, and now we can fire. So it takes a moment to fire up as it is only 4.2 volts on, it was reading what there? 3.35 volts on a 0.18 coil. So a bit of a ramp up time, but it's great. It saves you a step. Another awesome thing about this is most of your ohm readers are going to be taking some double A's, triple A's, something along those lines. This bad boy, 18650, and it can also be charged on board, which is a very handy little feature. Micro USB plugs in right there. You don't even have to take the battery out of this if you don't want to. So very, very handy. Now I'm just going to pop this back on. It does have a magnet system to hold that in place. And we're going to get our atomizer off of there. I'll just set that aside again. And now we are going to look at the extras, the more attachments here. So we're going to pull this little guy out, and we're going to pull this little guy out. There's its spots in the box there, and we're just going to fire that off to the side. All right, so first thing we have here is our voltage checker. Now this little bad boy is generally used for kind of your standalone batteries. I have put an EVOD on there, but for today's purposes, we're going to be pulling out a mechanical mod. This is a Nemesis clone. Probably not going to have any videos relating to that, but just so you can see how it works, we screw onto the post here, and once that's in nice and tight, we flick back to meter mode, and we fire off our mech. So there we are. Our battery is showing 4.14 volts left on it. So you can get a quick read on your batteries, know how much juice you got left in there. So very, very handy. And now if you don't have something that you're going to screw on there, you can still take advantage of this volt checker with these little bad boys. So I'll pop this open here. Oh, got a little bag here. Sorry about that, guys. Let's give that a tear. Here we are, our alligator clips, or duck clips, whatever you want to call them, as well as the little charging cord there. So charging cord's going off to the side, but these plugs will plug into these 2 slots here. And now you can do a direct read on a length of wire on a battery, but it's really nice to be able to clip onto your two clips onto the wire and know what that's going to read out at before you start building. You don't even have to mount it, which is awesome. So for any coil builders out there, I would highly recommend this device. It is a dream for coil builders. But that's going to be it for our 521 tab close-up look, and yeah. Stay tuned, and we'll show you a FaceTime real quick here. One moment. All right, guys. Well, that's our look at the 521 tab. One last thing, it is also billed as a desktop vape. So in that fire mode, you can do this. Not too shabby. All right, guys, that's going to be it from us. As always,
subscribe to the channel, like the videos.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Like us on Facebook, and until next time,
Make smart choices.